Welcome to Culinary Confessions. I'm your host, Chef Mike. Today we're here with Tyler and Justin, and for a little bit different take on Culinary Confessions, we're going on a trip. Okay? Tyler, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Tyler. I go to PH. I'm a senior. It's my first year at Tech.
Hi, my name's Justin. This is also my first year at Tech, and I'm a senior at Marine City High School.
All right, Justin. Before we go in the kitchen and stuff like that, I want to hear a little bit more about yourselves. So, how did you start cooking?
Cooking is a big thing in my family, and pretty much everyone does it. And so my grandparents started me, mostly my grandpa, and then my other grandpa started me cooking, and it just kind of progressed from there. And they just teach me, and every time I go over there, something new. So.
Okay, Tyler.
Cooking's also a big thing in my family. I started cooking with my dad, and then I started cooking with my grandma. Just whenever I go anywhere, if they need something, I'll cook it.
So you really enjoy cooking?
Yeah, I enjoy cooking.
Okay. The reason I enjoy cooking, it's like instant gratification. You start something, 2 hours later it's done, and then you find out. Do people like it, people don't like it, and that kind of stuff. So, your dad got started cooking with you and stuff like that. And what does he do?
My dad usually cooks barbecue.
Uh-huh.
He smokes barbecue on a smoker.
Okay, I heard you do that for a competition also.
Yeah, we'll go places. Usually we go to Eagle. It's our first comp of the year. It's right outside of Lansing.
Okay.
This year we got second place in chicken, and then like fourth and fifth and everything else.
Now this is kind of a good thing because your dad does catering also, and you get to help him with that.
Whenever he gets a catering job, I'll go help him out.
Okay. At the end of the show, we got to put our phone number on there or something like that so people can call you or something. Justin, you cook at home?
Yes, I do. Pretty much 95% of the time I cook at home for my mom and my brother.
What's your favorite foods to cook?
I like to make a roasted chicken with carrots and potatoes, a little onion.
Nice. So you cook anything else? Do you like desserts? Do you like do vegetable
I'm not
cookery
very
at
good
all?
at desserts. I've tried. It just doesn't work. But,
And the person that influenced you to cook, what's like their favorite recipes and stuff like that? Which recipe was passed down to you that you really enjoy doing?
I think it'd be my grandpa's stuffing. He's still teaching me a little bit because there's still little tweaks that only he does, but that's pretty much something he's passed through, and everyone loves it.
And your personal favorite thing to cook was chicken?
Yes. Okay.
Do you cook it you cook it any different ways?
I'll do stir fries sometimes. I'll grill it, put it in the crock pot and with some cream of mushroom soup. Let it stew for a long time. I like steaks. Steaks are good.
Okay. Are you working now?
Yes, I work at F&B Packing and Shipping in Marine City.
Okay, and what do you do there?
I do like package stuff like UPS and FedEx and stuff like that.
Okay. And Tyler, are you working?
Yeah, I work at McDonald's in Wadhams.
Good job.
It's all right.
I don't mean to downsize or whatever McDonald's and everything like that, because people have to start someplace. And if you're cooking, you're learning. Okay. No matter where you're at, even if it's at a McDonald's and stuff like that. So I can't knock McDonald's and stuff. How does Tech prepare you to work?
You get a lot of on-site training, so you get to use your knives, you get to cook with food, you actually get to use everything that you're going to use in the business. You
can use what you've learned here at McDonald's?
Not really McDonald's. I mean, we do fries. That's about it.
The safety. What about the safety end of it? Because you guys are going in the kitchen. You're going to talk about kitchen safety and things like that. You use that at McDonald's, I'm sure. Okay. And Justin.
Yes.
How did you find out about Tech?
A friend actually showed me a brochure for your guys' open house, and I came and I instantly loved it and said, "I'm coming here."
Okay. So how does this prepare you?
Like Tyler said, a lot of hands-on. It gives you a preview of what the real world will be like once you get out there and you start working in restaurants and stuff like that.
What about your goals? What's your goals for after after high school for one?
I'd like to go to college, and
You looking at any college in particular
I'm looking at Baker, the Muskegon campus.
for culinary?
Yeah, for culinary.
Good school.
After that, I'd like to go work on some cruise ships for a little while, and then maybe open my own restaurant or just, cook where I can, and maybe one day teach cooking.
Okay, so that'd be like your ultimate goal to just become a culinary instructor.
Yes.
Sweet. Tyler, what's your goals?
Plan on going to college, probably SC4 to start, get my basics.
Okay.
Then maybe a couple business classes. So when my dad actually gets his going, I can take it over.
All right. So you work real close with your dad?
Yeah.
You really enjoy this competition thing?
Yep.
Sweet. Well, here comes a great segment. Have you guys ever thought about becoming Food Network stars? TV chefs?
I haven't really thought about getting into the TV business yet. It might happen.
What about you, Justin?
I've thought about it a little bit, but it's never really been my main goal. So.
Well, I hope it is today, because I guess we're going to do something different today. You're going to take us on a tour.
Yes, we're gonna
Can you tell us about the tour?
we're gonna take you guys into the kitchen and show you the equipment and the safety features of the equipment.
I'm going to show you where all the fridges are, storage. We're going to show you how to take stuff apart, how to clean it, all that stuff.
Okay, and this is going to help not only our fans at home understand that when you come here, we're just not, making soups and making cookies and pies and stuff like that. That we're actually have to go back and learn every piece of machinery, and all this machinery that we have in the kitchen is in every normal restaurant out there. It's the same robo coupes that you'll be seeing, the same ovens, steam jacket kettles, the whole thing, right?
Yep.
So now you're going to go back there and you're going to take some of the equipment apart for us and give us the safety features and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yes?
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess we can get started. So right after the break, we'll go into the kitchen and Justin and Tyler will take you on a tour. We'll see you at the end.
All right, guys, we gotta be smarter about what we bite on, okay? I want everyone to go outside. We're gonna run Red Rover on 3.
What about you, Tony?
I'm gonna run around in circles, flatten my arms, and make engine noises like this.
When it comes to playing, we kids are the pros.
We're eating right, too.
We fuel up.
To play 60!
If your school doesn't have a program, be a leader. Start one.
Click today and join the movement.
Hi, I'm Justin,
And I'm Tyler.
and welcome to Culinary Arts. Today we're going to explain about the kitchen and safety measures,
We're also going to talk about our books and the stuff you need in the morning.
and also dress code. This is Bob. He signifies your daily dress code. You have to wear a clean apron, clean jacket, and a clean hat.
You also need pants with no holes and closed-toed shoes.
This is not only to protect yourself, but protect the people that you are cooking for. Every morning, you'll have to grab your folder from Chef. You have to grab your book, and your book will help you work on your module. You'll have to work through a few of these through the course of the year, and they help you improve in your skills in the kitchen. Around you are different posters that they're basically like cheat sheets that'll help you go through the class and work through your books. There are a few rules in the kitchen. Number 1, Chef is always right. Number 2, you are responsible for everything that you do here, and you are held to it. Number 3, there are classroom rules, and you're expected to abide by them. Now we are going to go into the kitchen, but first we have to wash our hands.
Justin's going to show you how to properly wash his hands. Yeah, turn on the hot water. When washing your hands, you got to make sure they're really wet and have lots of soap. Make sure you get the wrists, under your nails, and in between your fingers. Rinse them off and then dry them thoroughly. After washing your hands, usually put on a pair of gloves depending on where you're at and what you're doing. And when you turn off the water, make sure you use a paper towel. And now we're going to go to the snack shop. Hi, now we're up at the snack shop. It's usually pretty busy up here.
This is where we serve our students, and we also serve the staff from the hot side. We'll take you in now and we'll show you around. This is where you normally get your food.
There's usually always fries here.
Almost always fries, nachos maybe. What's on the menu today?
We have nachos, burger sandwiches, breakfast burritos, just about everything else.
Sounds pretty yummy. If we go this way, we also have cookies and salads and wraps and fruit cups. We have deep fryers and all sorts of other stuff over there.
All the wraps and sandwiches are made in the pantry. We'll be showing you that later.
Fresh every day. This is Miss Meyer. She's up here normally. She's a wonderful person. If you follow us, we'll start going in the kitchen. This is the hot box. All your meals that you prepare on hot side will be taken in here. Also, some of the stuff from the snack shop will be in here. This keeps all our food warm. And now we're going to take you into the bakery.
What gets you moving?
Because when you get moving an hour a day,
You fuel your body,
and your mind,
whether you like to throw around the football.
play frisbee in the park,
Or dance in your room.
Moving every day helps give you a healthy body and mind.
And that makes you part of a winning team. Hey, that was my line. Get up and play an hour a day, Doc.
check out how to be a player at letsmove.gov.
Head online to get tips on great ways to get moving every day.
That's www.letsmove.gov.
Hi, we're in the bakery now. Tyler here is going to show us how to put together the media mixer. He has a small bowl here. There's a little tab in the back of the bowl that you have to make sure that you plug into the mixer or it won't start. It's one of the many safety features of it. Now he's putting the paddle on. There's different fixtures for different mixers. Since this one has a small bowl, we have a small paddle. Now he's going to lock it into place by raising that. And you got to always make sure it's on number 1. And you put it together correctly because it's on. Now for him to clean it, he's going to turn it off. Turn it off. He's going to do that. He's going to bring it down. And he's basically going to do the opposite of what he did putting it together. But he's going to make sure he unplugs it first so it doesn't accidentally turn it on while he's cleaning it. And you will just take this stuff to dishes or pots or pans, depending on the size of the bowl and paddle. All right, now we're going to move on to the other parts of the bakery.
Okay, now Justin is going to demonstrate how to put together the small mixer. When you put the bowl on, you got to make sure it's in the right position and it locks in. If it doesn't lock in, it won't start. Just putting the whisk on right now. There's a little lever on the side so you can lower the top. Make sure it's nice and snug and locked down, and turn it on. You can also adjust the speed on the side.
If you follow us over here, we have the Giant Daddy mixer here. Tyler's going to show you how to do this one. Now this is the same as the medium mixers that we showed you earlier. This is just a larger proportion. This one has an added bonus because it's so big that it has locks on the side. This one you gotta crank up, close the thing, and push start. And there you go. This one we use for very large batches of, say, chocolate chip cookies, dinner rolls, cinnamon rolls, stuff like that. Most of the time you'll be using the medium mixers that we showed you earlier. And then same principle when you're taking it apart. There's a little card on the bottom of the bowl so you don't strain your back trying to move it everywhere. So now we'll move on to the other equipment in bakery. Okay, we have different bins here in the bakery. For instance, this one's flour, and you'll open that up, and you always got to make sure the scoop is faced up so your hands are not all on the flour. There's different bins. This is flour, this is sugar, powdered sugar. There's a few more down here. That's where you come for your different ingredients.
There's also measuring cups over here,
which is right in this drawer right here. All different sizes. We also have the liquid measuring cups from your gallons, your quarts, your pints.
And scales.
And scales.
We have scales.
This is a weight scale. We generally don't use these unless we're weighing out rolls and stuff like that. And we'll keep moving down the line. Well, actually, let's ask Raiden a question. Raiden, buddy, what are you making today?
Today, we are cutting heart-shaped cookies for a wedding.
Really?
Yes.
Do we make a lot of stuff for other people?
Yeah, we run a catering business, so I think we would make a lot of food for other people.
The cookies are really good here, by the way.
Yes.
All right, so let's move on down the line.
Okay, now we're at the 2-burner stove. When you're using the 2-burner stove, all you gotta do is make sure the pilot light's lit, which it is, and then turn the knob.
Why is it important to have the pilot light always on?
If the pilot light's not on, it won't light. And if the pilot light isn't on, just go grab a lighter and you should be able to light it.
All right, so moving on, we'll move to our one of our many ovens here at the kitchen. This is a convection oven, so it has a fan on it, and it spins as it goes. Every day it's turned on before we get here. It's set at 350 degrees, and you can adjust that temperature according to your recipe. You got 2 ovens, so you can just fill the thing up and go. You always got to make sure you mind your timers and stuff so you don't burn. Moving on, we're going to move to the large kettle, steam kettle here. This is normally, we make macaroni and cheese in here, or you could do large soups. The advantage to this piece of equipment is that you can fill it up right here, and it has it's an even cooking. You turn it on by twisting this knob, and you'll hear the steam go. When it cooks, say you're boiling noodles for, say, pasta or something like that, there's a little grate in here you can open up. You open this door back down in here, and there's a knob down here that you twist open and you pull, and it'll drain out. And that's how you empty that. If you want to clean it, you put hot water in here, some soap from the dish thing, and you just scrub it out and rinse it out. Over here, we have the steamers. I'll let Tyler explain the steamers.
Steamers are very easy to operate. All you have to do is make sure there's nothing in it. Open it up about 1 inch, make sure there's no steam in there. Do not put your face in there, it will hurt really bad. There's nothing in this one, so I'll just close it. When turning it on, you turn the dial, you go past the time you want, and then go back to your time. And now it's on.
And what happens if the timer does go off?
All you gotta do is turn the timer all the way off, open it up about 1 inch again, let the steam out, and open it the rest of the way and get your food out.
Okay. Now we're gonna move on to hot side.
What gets you moving?
Because when you get moving an hour a day,
You'll have more energy to do the things you like to do.
And that's a slam dunk.
Whether you like to shoot hoops,
Kick the soccer ball around.
or ride your bike
moving every day puts you on the offense.
towards a stronger you.
So be a player.
Move it your way and be a player.
Get up, play, and move it your way.
Check out how to be a player at letsmove.gov.
Head online to get tips on great ways to get moving every day.
That's www.letsmove.gov.
Okay, so now we are on hot side. As you can see, it's real busy and bustling. This is where we make our main entrees for staff lunches and banquets and stuff of that nature. We'll start here with the tilt skillet. This is basically a giant electric skillet. That's how it is. You can fill it up from here. There's a little faucet. You can use to fill this up with, say, water, or if you got a big pot somewhere down there, you can use to fill it up. And it tilts. So say if you're doing like hamburger or something like that, you can drain off the grease in, say, a 4-inch full pan. So, which Tyler is demonstrating for you right now.
Let it go back down.
A little faster, huh? This is pretty simple to operate. You just flick a switch on, turn the temperature you want, and there you go. You're all set. You also have the paddle to start with. We don't use normal spoons here. That's what we use to start with. As we move down the line, this is one of our 3 ovens here.
And a 6-burner stove.
And 6-burner stove. The pilot lights, once again, same thing over there. You have to make sure they're down in there. And then you turn them on. And same thing as the ones over there. This also has a fan in it. And the pilot lights in the ovens are harder to find because they're down underneath. But it's good to check to make sure the oven has nothing in it before you turn it on. And when you turn it on, it sets at 350. Most often you'll be using these 2 ovens down here. And first thing you do come in the morning when you come to hot side is you turn it on to 350 and switch on the fans.
Okay, now this is the Char Grill. When operating the Char Grill, you gotta make sure the pilot lights are lit. Find the pilot lights, they're down here, right next to the knobs here. They're both lit, so all you gotta do is turn it on and see if the heat's coming up, and it's on. Turn it off.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's one of the rules when you're coming up to the edge of the Char Grill or, say, the ovens?
Do not put your hand on the side. It's usually hot.
Always run your hand over to see if it's hot. If it is, then don't touch it.
When cleaning the Char Grill, we got a little brick right here. Use this first. All you gotta do is scrape it. It's a good scrape. And it comes clean.
You want to make sure you clean all your equipment thoroughly after each time, so you don't get any old food on new food and get people sick. This right here, this is the deep fryer. There's a line in the oil that shows you where, or on the back, show you where the oil has to be in. The only thing you touch on here is the knob to set what the temperature is. Other than that, you don't touch anything else. There's also a pilot light in here. You want to make sure that's lit at all times.
So Justin,
Yes.
what temperature is the fryer usually at?
The fryer is normally set at 350 to 375, depending on what you're making. You know, fries, chicken, stuff like that. To empty the fryer of your oil, you take this tube right here. You screw it in the pipe. You turn the pipe. Make sure you got a pot or something to hold the oil so it doesn't go all over the floor. You pull the blue knob. You let all the oil out. And then make sure it's closed when you're done so the next person who fills it back up doesn't get oil all over the floor. Over here, you have different pans, skillets, stuff like that. These right here, these are normally what you put your spoons on because you don't want to put silverware on the table, such as that. Oh, also we have the plate warmer. say we're doing a banquet and it's short order, you'll turn this on so the plates stay nice and warm as you're waiting for it to go in and out of the kitchen.
We also have our whisk up here, our ladles, spoons, spatulas, everything you'll need to work in the kitchen.
Hot side also has its own cup, its own Lowboy, which is like mini fridges. And there's also another fridge behind you, and there's also a waitress fridge. Now if we move down here.
Okay, so now we're at the flat top griddle. First things first, when you're using this, you gotta make sure this pan down here is all the way against the back. If it's not against the back, you'll get grease everywhere, whatever. There's also a bun toaster under it, which is right there. When turning this on, there are pilot lights down here you gotta look for. You gotta get way down here and look up. Right now they're all lit, so I'll just turn the knob, and it's going.
Now how do you clean the flat top griddle?
You take 2 scoops of oil out of the deep fryer. You come over here, you grab this little brick, and you scrub it. You move it all around and push everything towards the back. There's a little hole back there. Make sure everything gets pushed in there. And you can grab a bench scraper, take it, and just make sure you get all the crumbs and everything all back in the hole. Oil it up. Never use water on it. It's seasoned, and we like to keep it that way.
And make sure you don't splash the oil into your eyes or anything like that when you're going towards the corners. So this right here, this is another 6-burner stove, just kind of like the other one over there. This one's got 2 ovens on it. This is also a conduction oven. You every morning when you come to hot side, you're gonna turn it on. You're gonna set 350. You're gonna flick on the fan. This one is for that side. These 2 are for this one. A good thing to do is always make sure there's nothing in there when you turn it on, because sometimes chefs will have spices or like rosemary and thyme and all that drying in there too. We also have a lot of pots and pans over here that we use for soups and stuff like that. So it has its own measuring stuff. Each department has their own cups and devices.
Scales and the
Hot
cans over
side
there.
has their own weight scale over here too, just like bakery does. And so now we're gonna go into pantry.
I'm lucky. Let me help you with that. I get to do something I love. It has nothing to do with touchdowns or titles. Everybody bring it in. I get to play a part in the life of someone just starting out. How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork? I help keep kids in school. Good. And that's the name of the game. My name is LaDainian Tomlinson. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
This is the freezer. It's kept at 5 degrees right now. If you look in here, all you see is a whole bunch of boxes. That's about it. You will be in there probably quite a bit looking for stuff. Everything's like pretty much mixed in there, so have fun.
Just over here, there's the walk-in fridge. It's part of the many collection of fridges that we have here at Tech.
It is the biggest one.
It is the biggest one, and it's separated. On the left-hand side, it's all pantry. On the right-hand side, it's bakery, and in the very back, it's hot side. And if you follow us, this is pantry. This is where you make all your salads, wraps, fruit cups. Miss Campbell is the head person in charge over here.
It's usually pretty busy over here. We make a lot of wraps and sandwiches.
These all go up to the snack shop or teachers buy them. I'm going to put together the Coupe. Hold that, please.
This is the Coupe. On the Coupe, there are safety features on the front up here. there's a magnet, and if that's not lined up, it won't turn on. There's also a magnet on the lid. And if that's not lined up, it also won't turn on. Plugs on the other side. That's about it.
Do we have to clean this by ourselves?
Yeah, you make sure you clean the blade on your own. You can't send it to the dishwasher. You can't have somebody clean it for you.
Does that go for all knives?
Yeah, it goes for all knives. Must clean them yourself.
Okay, we are in the dry storage now. This is where all our cans and spices, containers and stuff like that are at. This rack right to this side, this is all spices. You'll mostly be using that for hot side and there's a bunch of them here. You have all different size containers, from 5-gallon containers to little 2 quarts, 4 quarts. In here you have cans, rice, anything that shouldn't be refrigerated or frozen. No chemicals are allowed in here, so you don't risk the cross-contamination. This is the slicer. This is one of the last things you'll learn before you come into the kitchen. The blade is extremely sharp, so you'll have to wear Kevlar gloves. Now these prevent getting your hand cut, but they're not a guarantee, so you still have to be really careful. Now he's going to make sure that the slicer's unplugged so it doesn't accidentally come on. And he's also going to make sure it's set to 0, which it is. Now he's going to take off the front part. All this you're going to have to wash yourself. These pieces that he's taken off, you can either wash them right here, or you can take them to the deep sink. You pull it back and it comes right out. And you always have to have a senior or someone else near you to tell other people to be careful around you and make sure that you're doing it correctly, because you don't want anyone sick from cutting up meats or stuff like that. Now he's going to lift it up so you can get underneath there and clean it. You clean this with the white brush. It's round. And you make sure it's all cleaned off. Then you sanitize it. And then he'll put it back together now. And you'll know when it's put back together, it'll turn on, because you have to pull a little thing. Now this guard right here, this is to make sure that you don't cut your fingers. But your finger shouldn't be over here anyway. Now it is a little tricky sometimes, but all right. Now he's going to plug it back in to see if it works. He did it right.
This is the bowl chopper. Justin's going to demonstrate how to take it apart. Make sure you unplug it. The bowl chopper is pretty much to grind cheese, vegetables. You can do meat, pretty much anything can go in there. It's really easy to take apart. He twists the knob, and all you got to do is lift it up. As soon as you take the top off, then he's going to take the blade off. Take the blade off, all you got to do is unscrew it. Took the guard from the blade. Unscrew the blade. Carefully take the blade off. It is sharp. And the bowl comes off fairly easy. And that's it for taking that side apart. Just going to put it back together, and then we're going to go to the cheese grater. When putting the blade on, there is only one way to really put it on right. It's got a little notch in it, so it'll line it right up. Make sure you put the guard on the right way, or else you're going to hit it. And the top just pops right back on. And that's it. Now the cheese grater. Front of it comes right off. A few knobs that you have to untwist. One you gotta lift up. He lifted a knob up, and now he's pulling the cheese grater out. It's loosening the front piece. and it should come right out. That's about it for the cheese grater. Really simple.
All right, guys, we gotta be smarter about what we bite on, okay? I want everyone to go outside. We're gonna run Red Rover on 3.
What about you, Tony?
I'm gonna run around in circles, flap my arms, and make engine noises like this.
When it comes to playing, we kids are the pros.
We're eating right, too.
We fuel up.
To play 60!
Your school doesn't have a program? Be a leader. Start one.
Click today and join the movement.
Okay, this is our dish machine here. Every day a new person will be here. You'll be rinsing off all the dishes that come here. Mostly it's small equipment such as plates, all pots and pans go to the deep sink, and we'll get to that later. Before you put the dishes in, you have to spray them off to get as much off. This is the dishwasher. You have the garbage disposal here, and never put your hand in there. And when you want to run it, you take something flat, like the bottom of this pan, put it over the pole or the hole, turn it on, give it about 30 seconds, let everything go, make sure you turn it off. If there's anything ever stuck in there, you call a chef, he'll come get it out. And you have to make sure it's somewhat neat and tidy, even though it's a dish area. Down here, it's where all the dry dishes go. You have to let them air dry for a little while, and then you have to put them back in the certain areas. And he's going to take this out now that it's done. That's how you wash dishes. This is the other rack for pots and pans. These are all your half pans. The 4-inch here are normally used for our soups that we make on hot side. These are for like strainers. These are your china caps. We don't normally use all these little ones, but it just varies on what we're making. This tub right here is for all the mid-size tops and all that.
Don't put the half sheet pan lids with the full sheet pan lids.
Yeah. Or don't put the little round ones in these because it's really annoying having to sort through everything. Down here, all your saucepans. I got little from really big. We use these for like melting butter, making no bakes. We have a double boiler here.
Double boiler.
This is for melting chocolate, so you don't burn it, because no one likes burnt chocolate. And behind my friend here, we have the 2 other hand sinks. Same thing over there. Now, if you follow me, we are on the deep sinks. This is where you wash all your pots and pans. The same thing as dishes. You'll be switched every day with a new person. These are all for bigger things like your full sheet pans, your 2-inch full pans, mixer bowls, all that. In this first sink, you have your soap and water.
It's 2 pumps of soap.
2 pumps of soap. This one is just hot water. And the third one here is hot water and 3 squirts of sanitizer. And there's a little line in all the tubs that show you where the water should be at. That way you don't have too much sanitizer or not enough.
When you use measuring cups or your knives, you bring them back here and you wash them yourselves.
When you're done washing your equipment or the pans, you'll stay them here. They'll air dry, and then you'll put them away to the appropriate areas. Over here, like your soaps and stuff, where they store it. And on that rack over there are all your gloves and sanitation buckets.
And all your like scrubby things to clean.
And now another job for the dishwasher is also the laundry room. We have to wash all our own clothes, uniforms, and whatnot. So we'll go there next.
Right here are all your jackets. Right now they're actually in order. Usually they're not. Somebody actually organized them. You got your table skirts up here. If you come back here, we got a washer and dryer. There's a dry storage for your clothes and a wet one. Try not to put wet stuff with the dry stuff. And when doing laundry, you do the whites in one load and the blacks in another.
I'm lucky. Let me help you with that. I get to do something I love. It has nothing to do with touchdowns or titles. Everybody bring it in. I get to play a part in the life of someone just starting out. How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork? I help keep kids in school. Good. And that's the name of the game. My name is LaDainian Tomlinson. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
What gets you moving?
Because when you get moving an hour a day,
You fuel your body,
And your mind.
whether you like to throw around the football.
play frisbee in the park,
Or dance in your room.
Moving every day helps give you a healthy body and mind.
And that makes you part of a winning team. Hey, that was my line. Get up and play an hour a day, Doc.
check out how to be a player at letsmove.gov.
Head online to get tips on great ways to get moving every day.
That's www.letsmove.gov.
Welcome back to Culinary Confessions. I'm your host, Chef Mike. Gentlemen, that was a good segment. I think that you are going to make a lot of juniors, first-year juniors this coming year, a little bit more relaxed when it comes to running the machinery and knowing what everything is. I can tell that you guys have learned something this year for sure. How did it go for you? You seem to be pretty comfortable on camera and stuff like that. Did you have any problems with the machinery? Anything we should know about?
I had a little trouble with the slicer. It just, for some reason, it just wouldn't come off. We did get it though.
Okay. Well, we have 3 slicers here. I can see where, maybe a little hiccup on one slicer can happen. We have a slicer in the classroom here. We have a slicer on the hotline, and then that one in the pantry and stuff like that. The most important thing about the slicer, though, is unplugging it first before you do anything, except for slicing meats and cheeses on it and stuff like that. Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy going through the kitchen and stuff like that? Any problems?
There wasn't that many problems, just it was real, simple, relaxed. It's a lot at once, but once you, understand it, it's not as bad as it looks. So hopefully this will get the juniors to.
What did you like the best about doing this particular walkthrough?
Just showing them how everything works, just going through it.
Okay. And the least?
The bowl chopper.
The bowl chopper? I just seen, when I caught glimpses of you guys going through the kitchen and stuff like that, and it seemed like you guys were doing a lot of talking. Okay.
Well,
now you know what it's going to be like in front of a class and going for a couple hours.
He was doing a lot of talking.
I see. If you had to do this again, okay, I know you guys are coming back next year. And you're going to do a different Culinary Confessions. You're going to do a cooking segment the next time. But if you had to do this particular segment again, would you change it in any way?
No, I don't think I'd change anything.
I don't think I would either. I mean, it flowed pretty well. So.
Did you introduce all the catering staff and making sure that we don't do this by ourselves and stuff back there?
Yeah, whenever they were, at least when they wanted to be on camera.
When they wanted to be on camera. All right. Gentlemen, thanks for sharing the segment with us. You guys did a great job, and I can't wait to have you guys back as the student chefs next year. So that you didn't know until just this second. So thank you for joining us for another Culinary Confessions. I'm your host, Chef Mike.